Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 235 of On the Backs of Gods. I'm your DM, Jillian, and we have our players today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. Let's get into a quick recap and then we'll jump right into things. Usually, you'd think somebody would think about what happened last session before saying they're going to do a recap, but that'd be silly, and why would I do that? Last time you guys you finished up with your yay, we're free, nobody has to go to jail situation, and everybody is good and nobody is currently in trouble. Maybe you guys like littering might get you arrested, but like at this moment you are pretty in the clear in Skull City. I think a lot of the session was dedicated to people kind of trying to get things in order with the group. Roshan talks to the group about having this situation being presented to them where it's like, I need another power source of the godly variety, and also I can't really have these two shadows because one shadow won't play nice with the other shadow, and so we probably have to get rid of the other one. But for me to get stronger, I need new magic item. But also for me to get rid of other piece of shadow, I need big magic item. And kind of is like, I don't want to. It seemed kind of a consensus, at least for I think a good chunk of the party, of not wanting to steal this spear from Sindri, and trying to find other ways around it, whatever that may be. Um, Roshan also says that he does not intend to die at this ritual. And it seems that's mostly based on the fact that Nyx at any moment could pull the plug on the ritual and go, nope, haha. So this is Roshan's way of protecting the ritual by saying, no, thank you. I'll be here, but not there, you know? Uh, all of you went on a little mission to get coin. Why were we getting money? What were we doing? What do you guys need money for?
Reparations. Reparations.
Yep,
I was like,
reparations for Skull City. That's
feel like you guys
correct.
buy like have to go get money a
Yup.
lot.
Yeah,
You
we had
guys
to
get your
do it for
reparations.
unguents and oils first, and then for money for not being in trouble with the government.
So you guys go and trade gems and jewelry for money, for cold hard cash. Nyx is bad at this and ends up gambling instead, and is like, well, if I can't sell any of my gems, maybe I'll just be really good at gambling. And what do you know? Nyx is really good at gambling, and gets even more money than they necessarily needed, and ended up meeting a very affluent goblin woman named Numb Smugfoot, who seem to be in the business of either trading or acquiring different types of artifacts and items. And was like, let me know if you want to do a job or you need anything. And Nick said, cool, and took that business card. Um, Fen went to the mountain to have a cryptic conversation with God or his own mind, unclear. Because it doesn't seem that Scotty directly reaches out and just sort of speaks through nature if she is speaking at all. And when questioned about Odin's intentions, was given the information that you know the harshness of winter, but that eventually becomes spring and summer and fall, but inevitably winter comes back. Though, because you are knowledgeable of survival and that you know that winter comes back, you are prepared for it. And Fen can interpret that however he sees fit. Um, Roshan also goes to speak to his sister, um, informing her of like the decision and what's going on. She seems very unwell and very distant. And Roshan, what'd you guys talk about? Feels like a million years ago. The longest week of my life.
Roshan asked her if she artificially inflated Bosch's numbers.
Yes, that was the
Uh,
big thing.
well, he specifically asked her to tell him that she didn't do that.
Please tell me you didn't. She said, actually, kinda. She said a little bit. She said that she basically knew that Bosch was dangerous and sort of like emboldened him and allowed him to exist, was the thing. Stating that she's like, from like our conversations we've had, our interactions, she thinks she could have killed him at any point before like all of this happened, and decided not to because she needed those numbers. Um, and let him live. She put a timer on it by poisoning him, but inevitably let him live so that he could acquire more souls for her purposes. And anything else of import with talking to her? I don't know why that conversation's a blur. I don't remember any of it. Cool. Yeah. She seems upset. Roshan cries in the garden.
Oh yeah, he
Uh,
gets her notes on how she empowered herself, and she told him that doing the same thing because she had such little power when she did it, it could turn him into a bomb since he's more powerful than when she did.
yeah. That the amount of power you would be dealing with is much harder to control. So she's like, it was easier for me because I was not working with nearly the full extent of my power. I was working with the minimum amount and increasing it from there, not trying to wield the almost full extent of my capabilities. Uh, and Roshan gets this paperwork, and from the first glances at it, can see that it's coming across like very visceral and medical. Um, and kind of just like looking at it like goosebumps, hair on the back of your neck situation. Uh, Roshan and Nana hang out in the same room, where Roshan reconfirms that he's like, I don't plan on dying in this, even if I think that's the right choice or not. Because once again, Nyx will fuck up everybody's shit if I try to kill myself in this ritual. So, off the hook. I'll be here. And you are very aware that Odin is in the space and watching all of you. As stated earlier, and when asked when you all were talking about getting rid of Odin, if you think Odin could hear you now, and Roshan said, probably. Um, Especially when you all are speaking in the in Worry's End. It seems that the shadows have full reign of the place. So basically any conversation had there is it's open season for a shadow to be like, what are we talking about? What's up, girly? So probably knows he's on the chopping block or took a really bad time to like run to the market and got back and is like, why is everybody being weird? Why are you guys being so weird? Um, but I think that's it. You guys decide that you're going to Fault Star tomorrow, the capital of the entire continent. Uh, because you want to go talk to Numb Smugfoot, who may have some interesting artifacts for you. There's only one way to find out. Uh, and that is your goal in the morning, which I'm content to say it is if nobody wants to fight me about it. And you can have your long rest if you haven't taken it yet. Fen is able to start his trek via wind pretty early. So we'll arrive to you guys sometime in the morning. All of you can be reconvened. Is there anything uh, at this moment when you wake up, when you guys are together? Okay, don't jump on it all at once. Everybody sit down. Everybody relax.
You said before session there was no time to talk. You had so much planned.
Yeah, that's what I said. Those were the exact words that came out of my mouth, is that I said, boy, oh boy, you guys, no words. I have a lot of notes.
None whatsoever.
Sheldon and I come back and I present Goose in his sweater to everybody.
Mm.
Oh, he's so much less slimy like that. That's good.
I had something made for him, and Roshan like gestures, and like a big aquarium rolls out of the mist, and it's got like branches that you can set.
Beautiful little terrarium thing.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so good.
I'll set him in
Ooh.
there.
Maybe we could
Fancy.
make one of these that we could like travel with him so we can sit in it. Something smaller.
think with
That
some
might be
wheels and a
useful.
rope to drag it, kind of like a wagon.
A little bag of
Maybe
holding, but you
even
gotta poke.
smaller.
But you gotta poke holes in the bag of holding for him to breathe.
I'm not sure if that'll work.
I don't think he needs to
Hmm.
breathe. Is the thing.
Hmm.
What are the respiratory functions of a corruption snake?
He does not breathe.
Nah, none.
Ah,
I don't
none.
think he
He
has
breathes.
organs. He may be
Hmm.
organs, but I don't think he has organs.
The
Uh-oh.
organs are kind of just in the soup.
He
They don't
may
perform a
be
function.
organs.
Yeah, like there are parts of him that were probably once organs, but
Hmm.
he doesn't use them
Hmm.
besides just to be.
Mhm.
Hmm.
They don't he doesn't have lungs.
Right. Not functional ones. Might have some person's lung, singular.
Oh yeah. He could be mostly animal parts. We don't know.
Yeah, sure, probably, mostly.
I could
maybe.
try and sit and study him, but I don't think it's worth it.
You know,
Hmm.
if you're interested.
He is what he is now.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, he's doing just fine, and he
Mm.
seems content in the tank.
Unmoving, distant stare.
I think that's contentment.
Just sort of draped over one of the branches, just like laying there, dripping.
Might be. I don't
I
know.
think he likes it.
He looks comfortable.
Mm.
It's like someone yarn bombed a turd. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Not about her
That wasn't
son.
nice.
It was not.
I'm inspired. We're gonna make him something.
Mm.
Good idea, Roshan.
It's going to be fantastic, I'm sure. In the meantime, I suppose. So, where exactly is this Num Smugfoot? I think was her name.
She told me that she has showroom spaces here and in Fault Star, but that Fault Star was her her main place, and I made the correct assumption that we could get there, so I'd rather have access to as much as we can, even if that just means she'll give us a treasure map or something.
Now that explains why I couldn't remember whether it was Skull City or Fault Star. Technically, it could have been either. Okay.
Yes.
It could have been. Or maybe if we could have gone back to the casino.
If she was still gambling there, which it sounds like she's got
She
the
might
money to
have.
spare.
Just sounds like you want to go back to the casino.
Well, I only had to spend 2,000 of what I earned. I still have 500 that I could
Hmm.
try to make into more.
Why don't you put that aside for the next time we swing by the casino? That way you've got a pot that you're ready to throw down, right?
Hmm.
Maybe you'll find some more gold on the way.
I still have a bunch of jewelry that can be turned into more
I'm
gold
just
after
saying.
people get money back. I don't think we'll be able to fix it anytime soon.
If you're keen to make use of that 500 gold for gambling specifically, you could
Why
hold
not?
it. Or you could keep it, spend whatever. It doesn't really matter.
If you're worried about money, we could just contact Loki again and open the box.
Oh boy. Oh yes, let's
Hmm.
run another. Oh boy.
We did
Why
have
not?
exceptional luck.
Nothing
I mean,
bad happened, Nana.
true, but there's. I've had a lot of good windfall from that deck. I will say nothing if you would like
I
to
owe
have a go
him
again.
a card.
I suppose that's true.
I told him I'd
and-
draw one more at least.
You may as well. In which case, that's fine. I probably will not be partaking on this occasion. I've got a wish. I'm okay.
Has Fen arrived to grumble disapprovingly at this yet?
Huh?
I muted myself.
Um,
I'm practicing etiquette. I'm working on myself.
Mm.
Yeah, Fen would come in for that conversation. He'd hear that part.
Yeah.
I know that no one's going to listen to me, but I think this is a terrible idea.
It's not necessarily the most prudent idea, but then again, just as much as there are chances for misfortune, there's chances for benefits. I just have to decide how I'm going to use one of mine, so you know.
I just think we should live a little. Why not?
Well, seeing as I'm the one who can contact Loki, maybe we'll live a little later after we meet up with Numb.
It
Ask
would
him
be
if he thinks his
nice.
dad should come back to life.
I won't. Thank you for asking.
I think we know the answer to that one, provided the truth at all skews familiar with the stories.
All right. We get whatever you need, Roshan, for your magic, and then after that, you're gonna call him and get the box open.
Or maybe I'll unlock it myself.
If you can
Roshan puts
unlock
a
it by
finger.
then.
He puts a finger in his mouth and it just comes out a finger.
Mm,
Not quite.
I think you might have to, I don't know, you might have to pronounce the components a little bit differently first.
Well, should we have breakfast in Fault Star then? I'm sure
Nice.
there's a capital delicacy.
Should be.
And, oh, I suppose that means we have to go out of town if we're traveling by tree, so everyone get bundled up.
Oh, right. That's the most jarring thing about the place. I've got to say, I don't mind it being warm inside. It's just leaving.
Fen's still wearing his mountain clothes, looking around like, what's everyone bothered
Sweating.
by?
The man is sweating. He is
Yeah.
in like a balmy summer day, indoors, in bundled up mountain gear.
I'm sure it's very breezy in Worry's End. Unclear. I don't know the temperature of.
Fair
of
point.
this.
There's an
Worry's End
AC
probably
vent.
does have its own.
Yeah,
air
he's
conditioning.
standing by a fan that's just oscillating.
Do I need to check in with the probation officer before I leave again?
His ankle monitor's beeping.
You have to
He's
go get your
fucking
ankle
crazy.
monitor removed.
No, Nana Winton paid your debt yesterday, so
No.
we are free people.
You should be free to move.
Indeed. No further ties.
All right, then. And he'll just put the bag of money that he had acquired into the bag of holding.
Oh. Well. There we are then. In case we need to buy a rare godly relic.
Nix, Kelt, do you need to check in with anyone before we leave?
We would have been at Russ's in the morning before we came down here. So
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to talk to Russ about, or anything you wanted to relay?
inform him that we're going there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made that assumption that would be
No.
knowledge given.
And that we're bringing Goose with us because apparently I'm bringing Goose with
It seems Goose
He's
is
going on a
canonically
trip.
coming with you.
Goose is with.
I guess Goose is just coming with. Okay.
Hey, he's going adventuring.
He's
He's
got
got to
his
see the
jacket.
world.
He's got his
Yeah.
sweater on.
I will say that Russ does ask you one thing before you go.
Mm.
So like Keld, you're packing up your things, and like Nyx is about to walk out, and like Russ kind of like takes her by the hand and like kind of like pulls her in closer so that he can speak softly. Is Sindri right to be nervous?
I don't think that they plan to steal it. So, like, if they, I'm not going to be part of that if they do. So,
So it's not something you've heard them discuss, or
Roshan very specifically said yesterday he did not want to do that.
probably means it was on the table at some point then, but I'll take the small victory.
And they tried to kill him. So, like, at least this is like a step down.
I would have felt a little bad beating the shit out of him.
I would have ruined the day, probably.
Well, is there anything else I should know?
Um, I can't think of anything.
Mm.
I don't think so. I usually tell you things as soon as I think of them.
Okay.
Plus, we have the stone. If I do think of something, I will let you know.
All right. Have fun.
Hmm. You could float
Doing-
the idea by Sindri of going to Demwoods while we're gone. Like get him prepared for it. Like plant ideas of maybe we should take a day vacation.
Yeah. I'll,
Vacation.
I'll start casually bringing it up.
Hmm.
Okay. You have fun at your auction.
Yeah, I don't know. Store visit.
Sure. Have fun shopping. And he'll give you a kiss and send you out. We're back here. We're back at the place that we were.
Wahoo.
You guys got breakfast. You're all here. Basically, it's up to you when you guys want to go.
I think Keld will take Roshan up on that offer about Sindings. I've been meaning to check in with Dimwoods. Would you mind
Oh
checking in with
yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, your mother, your father.
maybe my mom?
Any sentiments you'd like me to send to her? Oh, Keld has gone silent.
Yeah, can't hear you. Interesting. Yell really loud through my mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I got angry. I
Gotcha.
think if
Sorry, it's like for me visually, it's like crazy delayed.
It was a bit delayed for me as well. Greg, say a thing.
ask my mom if Gunhild's okay.
That lined up just then for me at least. There was a delay for a bit.
Roshan will sending her and say, "Good morning. Your children send their love.
Hmm.
They wanted to check in on you and Gunhild. I hope you're well.
It's nice to hear from you, Roshan. I hope you're well. We're all fine. Gunhild's been gone for over a week, I think. But I'll let her know if she comes back. You inquired.
I think Roshan is not used to someone as affectionate as the ladle, so he blushes when she says that, and then gets a quirk in his eyebrow and says, everything's fine, apparently, though Gunhild is no longer in town and hasn't been for a week.
Huh. All right. Suppose I'll check in to that later.
Does that mean we should message the hot iron and see if he's okay?
Ask. Surely he'd know where she went. Or
Surely.
maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, she'd also know where she went if you wanted to reach out to her.
If we were going to be more direct, that might be better.
I don't know if I want to be
But-
direct.
Mm.
Well, I can reach out to
Just looking
either
at.
of them
Would you
if you'd like.
mind checking in with the hot iron?
Just make sure he's okay.
Are we still
Yeah.
inside where he's at this point?
Yeah.
Just to be safe, I'm going to give a little look around the lantern revealing.
Okay, roll a perception check.
She's been here the whole time, guys.
Oh,
That's when the
shit.
stab
She was
happened.
Odin the whole time!
15.
You just thought
oh,
you knew you were being watched.
I was going to say 15, but I can't have a 15 on that anymore. It's actually 22.
Oh,
Okay. Nothing is currently standing out to you.
Roshan will then sending the hot iron and say, Nix and Keld wanted to check in. Hope you're doing well. Is there anything to worry about Gunhild? Should we keep an ear out for her?
Hope you all are well. Things are fine here. I'm well. Perhaps she was stir crazy. I don't know why she left.
Can Roshan just insight his tone and make sure he sounds like he remembers?
I don't know what that means, but yes.
I think having a response like that, I got a 27 insight. I think Roshan is just worried that if he's under mind affecting magic, maybe she told him to say that, but he just wants to get a vibe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I feel bad that I made you roll. I'm not sure you can get that vibe from a long distance text.
Yeah.
But did he sound heartbroken? What a
did he
twist.
say LOL at the end?
Did he
Did-
say I'm
did he-
saying?
He didn't seem happy about it. There was definitely like a bit of a melancholy tone to it at the end, but
It doesn't sound like he's worried. Upset may be too strong a word, but he thinks maybe she got stir crazy, which, I mean, tracks for her.
That certainly would make sense
Yeah,
considering
but-
how she spent months. Weeks at least.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that, Roshan.
Hmm.
Anytime. Shall we make our way to a tree?
Yes, let's get on.
Let's leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a note of it now because I know if I don't say it now, I'll forget. I'm gonna because Sven got his kukri stolen. I'm gonna transfer the defender short sword to my inventory. I'm not going to attune to it. I'm just carrying it.
Okie dokie. I appreciate that note because the moment you say, and I pull out the defender short sword, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'd be like, what?
I am sorry.
Pardon me? So thank you for the heads up. You all head out of Worry's End. Nobody is stabbed in the back. Everything is chill on the way there. Going to a tree. Nix, could you describe opening up a tree? And are you going into the middle of Fault Star or are you going outside the walls?
No, always the middle of the town.
That's what I assume, but it's always polite to
If there's a
ask.
tree in
Why
the
not
middle of the
show up in the
town,
town square?
yeah, it should be the most accessible place to all the things that we might want to go to.
That's true.
Uh,
Um,
she has to take Goose out of the terrarium because he cannot exist in this mansion while we're gone.
uh-huh.
Uh, he is now draped around her shoulders and will lead everyone to a tree outside of town.
Goose performs boa.
Yep. Goose drapes in a new location. And she'll walk up to the tree and put a hand on it. The spores kind of coming up off of her, forming a doorway. And slowly the bark fades away, revealing a different town through it. It's
Mm.
the middle of a city, guys. As you
You
should
all
expect.
hustle through.
Yeah, Fen hustles to the front and gets through before anybody else because he doesn't like
Um,
stepping through trees like this.
okay. Everybody is able to make it through the tree just fine. Um, you are in a snowy cobblestone city. This city feels very, very large. This seems like a very occupied city. There are carts moving by quickly. There are people going about their business, starting their early mornings. Um, it looks like a lot of the snow on the cobblestones has been either like scooped away or just from the constant movement of carts and people seems to be melted more so, almost as if no snow had fallen on the cobblestones at all. You can see from where you are the large wall that begins to encompass the city around you. And you can see towards the center of the city a large castle. Um, it looks like an old fortress that had been built upon from this distance. So it's hard to get like a lot of details, but it looks like something that had been either added to or renovated, but sits further away towards the center. Um, you can see that there are planters filled with hibernating plants, a few trees, which one of them is which you step out of. Um, you can also see in this large square area, there is a large tree like fountain, but it is sitting dormant compared to the fountains of Jarlsbecker. And you can see that, like, in the shaded spots, in the curve of the fountain, in the shadow of the leaves, that's where ice seems to have accumulated and is beginning to, and has solidified. Um, if you have honestly, you can have any perception for this. If it's a double digit, you're in. Um, but the cobblestones, as you sort of move into the space, seem mostly grays and beiges, but there is the occasional pop of blue, and then this thin kind of thin curving line of white that follows the path, and then will hit another blue spot and continues forward, and so on and so forth. Um, you are in Fault Star. What's the game plan? People observe you, and kind of like Jarls Becker, it seems even maybe more so that seems like none of anyone's business. Um, that's like none of my business. I'm going to work. Uh,
Every time I feel like we find a big city, we find a bigger one.
We've been here. That's how I did the tree thing. It's just been a bit.
Guess
Held
I
blocked it
forgot.
I was like, I didn't come here.
It's been a long time. It's been a while since I've been in a city this large.
Roshan will begin scanning and, I mean, obviously looking for the place, but almost certain that it will not be within eye shot. So scanning for anything that screams numb Smugfoot, because we didn't get a name. But
Okay, I was
otherwise,
like, what are we looking for?
otherwise he would scan for someone in affluent clothing who might have dealt with her before.
You're if you roll me a nat 20 right now, it's right in front of you. And you roll me a nat
We'll
20, it's
see.
right here.
Oh no, a 16.
Oh, sorry. That's not in front of you, but there are some well-dressed people about because you are in this like very nice looking square. But near the edge of the square, a building does catch your eye. The name, you're just like at first you're like, is this it? And you're like, I can't tell because it doesn't say Numb Smugfoot anywhere on it. But you
Yeah.
see a place called the Gilded Guide, and upon closer inspection to this kind of gold font on a sign, you can see that this is a magic shop.
Oh,
Well, we should stop here either way.
Definitely.
yes. If I'm certain that Num is either a client or supplier, so they should be able to point us in the right direction. And
Perfect.
we'll start heading over.
Okay.
Fen has no idea who Numb Smugfoot is or why everyone keeps talking about her.
Oh, Fen, Num might be my fiance. So Nix will explain the whole thing that happened to Fen.
Yeah, we're still not positive about the fiance thing,
Yeah.
but like it might still be on the table.
Russ says she's not, but I'm supposed to
Okay.
double check.
Right.
Fen will nod along like this all makes perfect sense.
Yep. That's just what you have to do with Nyx.
Yeah, you come up to a door, you open it, like a little sound of a bell as you enter. There are potions and scrolls and items in different categories, all lined up incredibly neat. This place is pristine looking, but you don't see any like people inside. But the door was unlocked. There was no like fireball when you like opened the door. There was no alarm system that went off.
And I'm
Some
assuming this is during normal like business hours.
It's pretty early, but like once again, it's not like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like there's at least a few other proprietary establishments
yeah,
that
you
are
see other
open.
people seem to be open, and
Yeah.
this place looks like it has a couple candles lit inside.
So then
I
nobody could have been gone
also,
for too long.
yeah, I put the magic shop list in the chat if you are so intrigued, but there's nobody in here. Just at the moment, just a bunch of stuff and what looks like a very pristine like checkout desk area, where it looks like perhaps there is like a compartment where money is contained or a ledger or just any other particular item that needs to be held within a drawer. um, and then there's a collection of like very like well polished bottles and like a bust sitting on the desk, just a pristine marble bust.
Would you look at that bust? Absolutely fantastic.
Is it anybody we recognize? Or just art?
Roll me a d20.
17.
What do you guys want it to be?
Oh,
What do you guys want this
Shelvedere.
bust to be?
Shelvedero.
Shelvedere is good. I also thought Ember.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ellie.
Oh,
Oh, Ellie.
A youthful Ellie.
Oh, I could see that.
I will need final consensus from the team on who this bust is of.
No, Shelvedero by far. That's the best one.
Yeah, Shelvadiro's the best option. Like, Ellie is solid, no lie. Canonically, could even be plausible, but Shelvadiro, man.
Okay.
I don't know
This
if
would be a
Ellie
bust.
could be youthful. Like, I don't
Mm,
know if.
Maybe it's a speculative piece.
but if this is a bust of Shelvedero, it is an elvish man with uh, longer, sort of slicked back hair, a widow's peak, bit of a an aloof look to the face, a bit smug, perhaps a little smug leaning. None of the extra flair. And only the people who have met Shelvedero would recognize the bust. So I think
Nana has
only
no
Nyx,
idea who this
Roshan, and
is.
Keld
Keld's just
would
staring at it
recognize.
like.
Yeah, but it has
Huh.
none of the extra bits that came from
Right.
being in the Feywild. This is just full Shelvedero as
Huh.
once was.
That's an
Wow.
interesting looking one.
Do you think it's for sale? We could
You
get
could
it for
ask.
him.
For who?
Hmm.
For Shelly.
We could.
Shelley?
Maybe.
I'm sorry?
He's the one who wrote that book you found at the library.
Oh, really? Oh, fantastic.
I
Did
still
we give
need.
him back his,
No, we didn't. We didn't. I still
the
have
thing?
that. Yeah.
Yes. You remember.
His tuning fork. Yeah, I still have it.
Yes!
Just pull it out and put it back in her bag.
Just a
We
reminder.
should certainly
I
probably
was
do
even in his
that.
town yesterday.
Oh,
Huh.
didn't make the trek to his house, huh?
I didn't. I was busy.
Well, I suppose this will be as good an opportunity as any for returning what was borrowed, and maybe I can meet this fellow.
Well, depending on
Yes.
how much it is.
Well, I'm not certain that he wants a bust of how he used to look.
That's true.
Could be like looking into the mirror how you want things to be, but
That's a
knowing
good
they're
point.
not.
Huh.
We could ask though. I'm sure he would be appreciative to have the tuning fork back.
Indeed.
We should
Did
probably
you-
also add that to the list before opening
Yeah.
the deck of cards.
Perhaps.
That was not part of our deal. I'll give it. I'll hand you it before I draw, so that in case something weird happens, you still have it. But
You'll have to bequeath it to Roshan as ownership for Roshan,
you
just
can
to be
own all
safe.
of my things when I draw from the deck.
I don't know how long that's going to work, but I suppose we'll see.
It did last time.
I mean, so long as the universe doesn't catch wires, I suppose it'll be fine.
Is there a bell on the desk?
As you guys kind of like settle down and you start to look for a bell, I didn't want to interrupt because you were all having such a spirited conversation. There is still no person in the room. The sound, you locate it to the bust. Um, I hate to intrude on your conversation, which you may continue here. After a few minutes, I may consider it loitering. But let me know if there's anything you need. I'll answer any questions. I'd say we work on an honor system here, but it's only mostly, if you catch my drift.
Huh.
Well, we're
I don't.
the honorable sort. How did you come by this bust? That are you speaking through? Are you the bust?
I am speaking through the bust. It's sort of, I suppose, like a sending stone, but more continuous, a magic mouth that I am able to actively speak through.
Right.
And when I'm out of town, I can like program things into it, and it'll just say them, and I can keep the shop open. But
Useful.
I acquired this from a friend, and it was a gift, and so
Hmm.
why not?
Why not
Well,
indeed?
a few of us have met the likeness of the bust. So that's very interesting.
Oh, good. I
We're
hope they
new
aren't
to
a
town.
terrible person. It's
No,
always been
no,
my
they're
fear. Okay.
a bit of a recluse, frighteningly intelligent and brave, but unfortunately rather changed from one of their more recent adventures, and so this bust is no longer quite as up to date. But
I see. Well, good to know or upsetting to know? Unsure. Is there anything that catches your fancy?
well, we always need um, some potions of healing.
Of
Um,
course.
but I think we were also hoping to purchase some information. Um, we've got a meeting with Numb Smugfoot in a couple hours, and we're not exactly sure where her space is in town. We were hoping that we could purchase that information.
Well, no purchasing necessary. Uh, Num is a dear friend and the reason this bust sits before you. So, uh, consider this free. Uh, and the bust will give you a description of where Num Smugfoot's business is. You're looking for quite the homely place. Uh, Pretty small, very unassuming. You'll see it's called Another Man's Trash. And you shouldn't miss it. If you miss it, if you get to, actually you'll know when you miss it. I think you'll see that you have missed it based on your surroundings.
Curious.
Fascinating.
And I think Roshan will go grab a few of the potion bottles
Sure.
and ask, is there anything else anyone wants?
Question
Maybe
for the
we
DM. Oh, go ahead,
Eh.
Greg.
Keld would inquire about a set of sending stones.
You beat me to it. Yeah.
Oh, I could make some. You could commission. I don't have any available.
Mm.
Depend on my current workload, it might take me maybe a little under a week.
Should we commission some?
At this point, it might be faster because we've been looking for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We think we'd like to do that then.
Of course.
We'll take a couple of these superior healing potions and that commission. I can cover it.
Okay, and the commission will be 350.
Perfect. And Roshan, flush with some gem gold, will put down 1,250 gold pieces.
All right. You almost see just like a like this kind of almost like this energy kind of moves over the coin that you have placed on the counter.
Keld's watching the statue's mouth.
Uh, there's almost like a magical like blah blah blah, but like the statue itself does not move.
It's like the magical suggestion.
I just wanted to see if he would eat the money. Okay.
That would
Oh,
be
see,
fun.
that would be quite fun.
DM, how do we treat scrolls, spell scrolls in this game? Do you have to be able
Anybody
to?
can use a scroll.
Okay, cool. I'd like to buy a scroll of grease, please.
What if you
Thank you.
can't read?
I can't. If you can't read, you can't use a scroll. Those.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
Do
Those
they
are the rules.
disintegrate in my hands, Julian?
It is magical paper, so you are good.
Wow.
Nice.
Resisting
you could
poke at the
to
scrolls.
what?
yeah, you could
Wait.
um are you reading or are you just poking?
Oh, I was just thinking, I didn't know I could touch paper.
Well, I'm glad you felt confident enough to test that here. Is there anything else?
Let's see. I'm squinting. I'm scrolling.
I can't think of anything else.
And if there is, how late are you open?
Um, I usually close around dinner time, so.
Well,
Oh,
if anything that Num requires of us can be procured here, then you'll see us again before dinner time.
Of course, enjoy your day.
Thank you for your time.
Mm.
Thank you very much. All right.
nice.
Another
Roshan will get
man's
outside,
trash.
and I think he has a weird look on his face. Like, it's weird how Shelvedero ended up here. But I guess maybe we can ask Num about that.
Yeah, maybe she's his friend.
I
I
suppose
mean,
you did meet her
in the
in.
casino in his
Yeah.
town. Maybe they are friends. Who knows? Maybe she'd had it
We can
commissioned
find
back
out.
when.
And then I think Roshan will look for a bakery and a florist so that we can bring donuts and uh, a bouquet to
Nice.
Num.
Okay.
Mhm.
Joshua, you must now name the bakery, and somebody is welcome to name the florist.
Ooh.
First come, first serve. But Josh presented these things, ergo, you must give me the bakery.
Um, I is there a goddess who's still alive?
Probably. You could just pick one and hope for the best.
Uh, I think they come across one that's called Freya's Pillows.
Oh my god, I love that.
I bet they got beignets.
Oh, I bet they
That's
do.
their special. That's their special for the
Yeah.
day.
Ooh, I got one for the florist.
Mm.
Petals to the metal.
Wow.
There we go.
It's not an original, but I like it.
You can give me however much money you think you owe me for these items. For some pastry and some flowers, which it just seems anytime you're meeting like a morally gray woman, you bring her sweets and flowers just to be sure.
Just to be safe. It's a good thing to do. It's good
Killed
manners.
I
is
think-
now covered in beignet powder.
It's all in your
Yeah,
face.
and I think that was mostly to kill some time before lunchtime, our lunchtime meeting slot. And
Yeah.
is there anything else anyone wanted to do before meeting at another man's trash?
Killed would keep an eye out for any sort of like words, junk store or like used items situation. We're looking for like a nice lantern we could transform into a terrarium.
Okay. So you're looking for like an antique store?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Lucky for you, as you're looking around and walking about, you encounter another man's trash. And see written underneath it, from the mundane to the divine. It is a
Okay, sleep
ve-
token.
it is I'd sing it because it really works, but what if that's my first strike, is me really badly singing the wrong words to a sleep token song, and I would quit. I'd quit. But it's a very simple, decent looking building. The windows are murky with frost and time. But through them, you can see an array of antiques, uh, mostly some smaller kind of eye catching things, an array of metals, glass, things of interesting shapes and sizes, but like nothing that says wow through the windows. Um, but you see that you're like, well, if I'm going to find it anywhere, maybe this is where to start. And before you enter another man's trash, this is where we'll take our break. So, how about you go ahead and get a snack and a drink, and we will be back in 10 minutes.
Hey, thank you, Ten.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Club for episode 235 on the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. Uh, our party is currently in Fault Star, the capital of their continent, and they are looking to possibly find a god-touched magic item, something that is like on a power level akin to that of Gungnir, Odin's spear, is what they are looking for. Um, Thingies crossed that it is inside of this little antique shop you guys are standing in front of. Uh, looking at
Another
the little
man's trash might
tchotchkes.
be one man's treasure.
But you guys are welcome to go inside. It smells like an antique store. It's like that old bookstore smell, and just a general sense of dust and must.
Killed
Would have
Smells
sneezes.
you.
also been a good name.
Dust and
Um,
must.
too late. It's already in the notes. It's canon. Uh, Uh, but there are dusty blue curtains draped across the walls, held together with fraying, tasseled ends. There's everything from furniture all the way down to bowl of buttons. There are paintings and carvings and singular pieces of contraptions, and you're pretty sure that goes to something, but it is currently singular and by itself. So maybe it's worth something to somebody.
Like
There
there's just a
is
random
like there's like a
crank or
crank.
something.
Yeah, there's like a crank that like
Doesn't
looks
go to
kind of
nothing.
cool.
There's a crank.
No, it's just sitting there on the table with a bunch of other stuff that's a similar type of metal. Um, Everything's like a little grimy. It's definitely not as organized or as neat as the magic shop you were just in. Um, there's kind of you step on like a carpet nearby. It's like there's dust that comes up. There's dust on nearly everything. You can tell if something had recently been bought because there's just like a little kind of dusty outline of where it once was. And there is an old turtle man with thick glasses standing at the desk. It looks like he's slowly cleaning like a very teeny tiny vase with a itty bitty swab in his huge hands and like trying to clean that while you all enter into the space. What are we doing?
I think Fen is going to attempt to stealth because I think this is a world that we live in the magical past where most floors are creaky, but like antique stores always have creaky wooden floors.
Always.
So I have to imagine these are like creaky wooden floors times 1,000. So I just want to see if Fen can pull it off.
Stealth with disadvantage.
Yeah, you would need disadvantage to make it a challenge.
That's double threes. That is the fourth out of 4 rolls that have come up threes. So that would make it 25.
Yeah, the thing is there's like enough furniture and like taller pieces of it and enough carpeted things and like weirdly placed cushions that you're like the floor is lava, this is basically what you are doing. You're like I can jump to this and roll and like
And
hold
just
myself between
imagine
these
every
couches.
time you like land somewhere, Keld also steps, so it's just like creak.
I I don't think Fen is floors lavaing it. I don't think he's trying to stealth. I think he's just it bothers him that his footsteps are so loud in here, so he's trying to be as quiet as possible. So maybe he does a little hop skip to like a place that seems less creaky or something, but he's not
Yeah.
climbing on the unknown priced items that are in the shop.
Could be a pricey piece of furniture.
I expected him to be using like the divots in the dust where things had previously been bought, but you know.
However Fen is getting across this floor, he is.
He is slithering.
Anybody? He's just slowly inchworming across the floor.
He learned it from Goose.
So,
Keld's gonna look around for a possible terrarium vessel.
I'll start picking up every single item
Nice.
and comparing it with Kel.
Really fit in this.
Roshan will talk to the turtle man and say, "Good, good day to you. Um, we're here hoping to speak with Numb Smugfoot, and while I've never met, I don't think you're her."
And just like this sort of like big, thin-lipped grin. You can just see like the wrinkles on this older turtle's face. I and does like a little nod and gently places down this itty bitty vase and extends a large hand. Trixie.
Roshan will shake it with his much smaller baby hand
Hmm.
and say, "I'm Roshan, and my friend Nix had met Num, and we were hoping to speak to her, or if she's unavailable, perhaps you could share if you've got any divinely inspired magical items for us."
She'll be in soon. I um kind of like glances around the space. Roshan at first glance, this is, you know, uh, another man's trash. Um some of these things you're like they're interesting. You don't know if anything you're looking at here is magic at all.
But would she keep
Um
that in her storefront?
you don't know. Maybe some of these trinkets are actually magic, but they look like trinkets. How about he just enjoy this space for a while?
Sounds lovely. And if you don't mind getting your hands dirty, and Roshan will put the box of beignets on the desk next to him and say, "Help yourself. We brought them so we could all share."
Ooh. He'll eat.
Hell yeah.
He's in.
Staff
And
always likes
then
donuts.
Roshan is going to try and confirm with a sea magic, whatever that spell is that I've been casting for 5 years.
Detect magic.
Detect
Yeah, that
magic.
one.
Find about the magic. My
Find-
my looky loo
See?
spell.
Yes.
Look at wibbly wobbly.
Um, you waiting the 10 minutes, or are you casting it with a spell slot?
I'll cast it with a spell slot.
Okay.
We're throwing around level 1 spells like they're nothing nowadays.
Throw them around. Why not? Um, give me a perception check. I will also accept investigation.
Investigation is 26.
Yeah, not really coming across as magic. And nothing is really catching your eye. There are magical runes behind one of the curtains.
I think Roshan puts on a happy face, but starts to get nervous that this may not be what we're looking for. But then seeing the runes behind on the curtain or behind it.
They're behind the curtain. I'll say because it's a pretty solid roll. It looks very rectangular how the runes are placed, kind of like a door.
Ah. And does this door lead further into the house, or does it look like it should lead out of the house?
It looks like it would lead deeper in. But this
Okay.
place is made very much so where it looks like this is the extent of the building.
Okay. A lot of antique stores look like that, and then you turn
Yeah.
another corner and you're like, where's
How
the
is
front
it-
door? Where am I?
How is
How
it
did I get
3
here?
blocks long? How is
Yeah.
this building the biggest building I've ever been in?
Yeah.
And why are there so many farming implements?
See, the thing is, it's all in the clever layout and the way that all the shelves kind of wibbly wind you around each other.
Yeah, you're just walking in the same place back and forth the whole time. making itty bitty progression. If you are looking for something in this antique store that is in the antique or junk category, you can basically say it's real and canon. I just want to know what it is.
I would like a birdhouse.
Oh,
You can have it. What's it look like?
It's a small trapezoidal birdhouse. It looks like a birdhouse. The paint is
Uh-huh.
old and weathered. And Fen has always had a quarterstaff. So he's going to start thinking of ways to affix this to the quarterstaff.
Yes, for
So yeah,
Jenny!
he's. I
nice.
imagine he's occasionally used it as a walking stick, but I don't think it's ever been mentioned that he's had this. It's probably in the bag of holding. So
Huh.
Yeah. What color is the peeling paint? What was she once in her prime?
lavender.
Okay.
Ooh,
So it's like a
pretty.
distressed lavender.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, that's lovely. That's a good shade.
I like to hope we found a lantern that we can either fill it with dirt and then carry it around with a snake in it.
Sure. Consider it yours.
Nice.
Nana's looking for something for Hertha and for her
Ooh.
mother Amma.
Yep. You must decide what those are.
It's gonna be I think for Hertha, a sort of antique inkwell, something understated, efficient, but with a really good sort of spout at the top that's like sort of molded in a way that it makes it very efficient for kind of dipping the excess ink off the end of your quill. And for her mother Amma, I'm thinking something. We'll say something for the kitchen. Something uh, really good bread baking stone, like a good weathered one that looks like it's seen a fair few good firings and still maybe is a bit charred around the edge, but like she knows she can clean that up easy peasy and it'll look
Mhm.
really nice with a coat of polish.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Whoever's buying things from me, you can. What did you do? Okay. I don't know
Might
what
have to
everyone's up
take
to.
some money out of the group purse.
Yeah. So, however much you guys think your items are worth, that's how much you will remove from your inventory.
Antiquing.
I've decided that Nyx will also pick up a really old quill.
All
It
right.
has a
Old.
bit of gold at the end. Nice white feather. She's gonna give it to Sindri.
Nice.
Okay.
We gotta win
These are
this
your
man
colors.
over.
Please be my dad and like me. Uh,
Please go visit our home. Thanks.
Dad, come visit our dad and mom.
Yeah.
Roshan, any antiques? Okay. Uh, after about like between 10 and 15 minutes pass, uh, you hear the creak of the front door, and a very well dressed goblin woman enters into the space. Uh, Heels, wearing kind of, it looks like a blue jumpsuit, and the shoulders are fur. Uh, Long hair, sort of like coiffed up. I was like, coif, go up. Um, Long painted nails, rings on each hand, and a beautiful necklace gifted by Nyx, um, wearing a good bit of makeup, gives a smile. I hope you've been enjoying the antiques, the trash, as it were.
There's some
It's been,
excellent pieces.
that's been great. Look, she'll show her Goose in the lantern.
Oh. Hmm.
If you could describe in
Mhm.
20 odd words what I'm looking at.
This is my corrupted snake son.
concise.
In a lamp.
Inside a lantern.
I don't think I have any follow-ups. It's nice to meet your corrupted son and your uh compatriots.
She'll introduce everybody to Num. Uh, this is who I met yesterday.
Mm.
Lovely to meet you, Miss Smugfoot. Very good showing from what I heard. You two met at the casino?
Yes, bled me dry.
Mm,
uh,
dear me.
uh, but that's half the fun of it, I think. If you don't lose, you don't know what winning feels like.
Very true. Stakes have to be real.
Well,
Are you
is
and Nick's getting married?
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to double check on that.
Was a bit of a question.
um, maybe at least a couple dinners first if that's the plan. But I am quite at the moment flush with wife and husband, as it were. Um,
Very well.
that does not mean there are not slots available, but I am a bit picky, and if that were an interest of someone's, I would need to be wooed.
Well, my friend brought you flowers. Gesture to Roshan.
Oh,
Uh, I did indeed, and I think Roshan will like. I'm sure there is a vase within arm's reach, and will grab the vase and say, "Can I put them in this for you to enjoy?"
um, I won't stop you. Trixie might have opinions, but he'll get over it.
Well, before we get down to business, we were actually just at the Gilded Guide, and we saw a very familiar bust, and we were wondering if you knew our friend Shelvadiro.
Oh, I am very aware of Shelvadiro. Uh, we have worked indirectly together before. Somebody with planar travel capabilities is always somebody you'd like to have in your back pocket. Haven't spoken in quite some time, and I try not to buy too heavily into rumors, so I try not to make my own assumptions on how or where Shelvadiro is. I can only assume if they get back into the business, I will hear about it. But um, I guess someone was a fan, or maybe Shelvadiro was at one point quite vain, and that found its way into my inventory and did not sell, strangely. And so I gave it as a gift to a local uh, seller of odds and ends.
Well, you may have just missed your buyer by several years. We when we saw it, we our first intent was to buy it, but it seems it's working as a mouthpiece for the store, so perhaps it's found a better use after all.
Mm, well, if the shop ever gets bored of it, I will contact you, and you may place your bets upon it. Uh, so the items you were looking for is none of this speaking to you? Does this not? And she like motions to the space and like shows like a little gold mask that like has like knitted flowers on it and is like chipping paint. Is this? That's one of my favorites.
I bought a birdhouse.
Oh.
Yes, I've actually not seen all of my friends so interested in actually making purchases. So we did find plenty of good things. Unfortunately, they're not what I'm particularly looking for. Um,
Mm.
Looking for something with uh, well, divinely inspired, a little bit of god magic, left over from before the war.
Hmm. She sort of like looks about the space, like taking in the items here. Uh,
And
hmm.
as she's doing that, Roshan's eyes will wander over to the door that is behind a curtain and say, perhaps there are more wares behind there, and will motion to the curtain.
Uh, she's picked up a cross stitch of Heimdall. Is this not?
I would like to
A very lovely
dramatically
piece.
turn the lantern revealing towards the rune-covered wall behind the curtain. Dun dun dun.
I
Unfortunately, it
don't.
just
I don't
reveals
think.
invisible things. It doesn't
No,
reveal magic
you just.
It sheds
things.
bright light.
Yeah,
True.
you point a light at it like bop bop, and
Spotlight.
she's like, "Oh well, aren't you observant? um, you'll have to give me more information on what you're looking for. We don't work in vagaries here." And she kind of squeak squawks across the floor, not really caring how much noise she makes on the wood, and pulls back the curtain to reveal a heavy looking wooden door that looks like it's braced with metal, and you can see that it looks like all of the fasteners are dotted with runes, and the doorknob is very set low and looks like it has like indentations like around it. So like the curve of the doorknob itself is like dented inwards in a few spots. Well, uh, my request is that you keep your hands to yourselves in this next space. And she places her hand upon the doorknob, and people with passive insight of 15 or higher, you can see her wince slightly as the runes flash gently, and she turns the knob and opens it and motions for you all to go inside.
What did you just call you, Roshan? A vagity? I don't know what that
Um,
is.
I'll tell you when you're older. And
And nods
Roshan will.
understandingly. I think Roshan's right.
It seemed impolite either way.
uh, Roshan will follow her in, and um, I guess first just take in the new space before trying to cast any more spells.
All of you enter into this new space, and it is a hallway with freshly painted white walls and pristine wooden floors, and the walls are lined with either paintings or beautiful shields or masks. A couple weapons. There are pillars holding different items, like old looking vases, little basins, tools of incredible variety. There are things of beadwork and metalwork, and she begins to walk through. I'm going to say, just for funsies, that this is just the tail end of your detect magic at this point. Every single thing in this room lights the fuck up. Every single item you walk past that isn't just like a painting lights up with magic in some way.
We
And a
found the
couple of the
treasure.
paintings.
One painting
Um,
does. Uh,
what a stark comparison. It seems everything in here glows to my eyes, and as he says that, he will cast what's it called? Better detect magic, true seeing,
greatest.
That one.
The greatest detect
Greater
Sees the
detect magic.
most.
Josh, you all right tonight, buddy?
magic.
I just
We're tired.
I cast eyeballs. Eyeballs do
That's
better.
seeing.
Sight. Good.
Um, you don't get a lot with true sight in this space. Um, You do see that it looks like there is some entity standing nose to nose with the mask on the wall. It looks like some sort of humanoid-ish specter just standing there, nose to nose, staring into the blank eyes of this mask.
The
If
the
you will
one
all
that
follow me.
the one that was in the other room?
No, in this space, in
Oh,
this
in this.
hallway. A
Okay.
much fancier looking mask.
One without
Um,
all the chip paint and whatnot.
yeah, there's this one looks like it may have at one point, but it looks like it has been restored because you can kind of tell by looking at it that it is quite old. It looks like a almost like a plaster cast, like a very detailed like facial mask.
Almost like a
Um,
death mask?
could say that.
Hmm.
If you'll all follow me this way, we can get comfortable. And
Under
she
a
starts walking to the. There's a couple doors in the hallway, and she walks to one about at the midpoint and opens it. All of the doorknobs are at her height. All the doors are like y'all's normal height. All the doorknobs are at her height. She opens the door and goes inside. There is an array of very sleek looking couches with furs draped over them. It looks like there are fake plants in the space or magically inclined plants that can grow in this room with no windows. Um, that's what you've noticed in this space so far, this other area. You have not seen any windows so far. Um, could be in the other rooms, but not these two. Uh, she motions for you all to like take a seat and get comfortable. You can see that in the center on a coffee table that's just a slab of marble is a already put on tea that looks like it is still hot. Um, get comfortable, have a seat, and she goes over and sits at something. It's kind of like an abstract desk. Like it's just sort of like a almost a metal bar that starts at the bottom to be the leg and it's like bent downwards. So it's like a long foot goes up on the side and then it's like a thin desk. Like it barely can fit a piece of paper on it. Like it is unwieldy and modern and not useful unless you're I guess just trying to look cute at it. It's almost kind of like the arm of a school chair, but if you made it a lot bigger and very modern. And she takes a seat next to that.
Is it a tiny desk or is it a regular sized desk that she needs to step up like a ladder to get to?
It seems it was made just for her. Um, as you
Hell
see
yeah.
that the chairs, a lot of the chairs are average humanoid size. Some of them seem shorter, and hers, the one she sits at, is shorter. So it seems accommodating to at least a couple heights of humanoid. Um, so if you would like to tell me exactly what you're looking for, I can see if I have heard anything or possibly have something in my current collection. Uh, just have to hear.
So the provenance of the item and its natural shape and function are of little importance as it will be used as a battery, and the the magic does need to be powerful. That's why I suggested divine inspiration, but um, I suppose anything with enough magic in it would do.
Uh, do you have an example?
Well, Gungnir would work, although we know where that is and we're intent to leave it alone.
I think that's very wise.
So,
I
something
see.
that's like that, but not that. That's all.
I see. Hmm. Ah, if you'd be so kind. And she like motions over to like a little chest of drawers that is not attached to the desk because there is no room for it. Not this desk, girly. And asks you to go get something from it. And whoever does can go get it, pulls open the drawer, and it seems there is like a large like folio, like a large thick binder, and that can be set on the desk that it is much too big for. Uh, but it is heavy enough where it like supports itself in a way. So it's like if this was just like a loosey goosey book, it would probably slip right off. But because this is a sturdy bound item, it stays and hovers over the edges. Hmm. So the thing is with items of that level of importance, uh, things that exist in the average zeitgeist, um, that means that information about them can be skewed. That there could be stories about something around campfires and it may not exist, or it very much does, and everybody has been talking about quite the thing, and it is definitely in the spot they have described, and all someone must do is go get it. So that's the thing about what you are requesting. Um, is that these items, I can give you information on where I think some are, as I think I know of a few, but a lot of these have not been seen in
We
quite some time.
understand that a lot of these things might be items of legend, so only stands to reason that the leads on them are legendary and could well have grown apart from truth in their telling, but any information you could give us, we would be very grateful.
No, I'd like to make this clear at the top, especially because it seems you are not using my services to acquire these items, and I would tell you it'd be quite the chunk of change if it were, and probably me saying, no, thank you, have a good day. Um, but I will not be held responsible if you go through a trial and tribulation and there is no shiny object for you to collect on the other end. The the friends you made along the way is what you will have to warm yourselves with at the end of that, I assume. Um, but um, I have a handful of leads, and you are welcome to decide which one interests you. That being said, um, information itself is not free, and I do not particularly need money. So we'll have to figure out
Perhaps
some way to make this an even deal, especially if you come out the other end with something quite interesting.
we could look in the same place we're looking for a particular item of interest and see if there's any additional items of interest that may well be there, based on the few particularly noteworthy places we've seen in our travels. Tends to be at least more than one interesting item. If not in that category of power and rarity, then pushing close.
We are a rather talented group of individuals with a penchant for mostly staying alive. We've got skills we could use to acquire things for you.
I think that is something we could work with here, is that you can have your item, and then I'll tell you perhaps something that I want, and you can go get it for me. I'm not a big fan of paperwork. I'll do a classic handshake on occasion. Um, Truly, I am not often screwed over. Um, and the people who have screwed me over aren't here to talk about it. So they
And
can't
that's
really
why.
say what happens. But you all have very trustworthy faces. So I'm not worried. No.
I can guarantee. We'd we'd be back. And we would certainly not want to be in any poor graces of yours. You seem to run a very tight ship.
Well, I try my best. I normally am in the business of completing other people's collections. That there are a plethora of things people are interested in, and I acquire them for them and I hand them over. That's usually where most of my money comes from, and I'm doing quite well, I think. But sometimes there's things that I want, so maybe it'd just be a gift from me.
Like Ven subconsciously glances back, like doubtfully about her wealth at the room they just came out of, like
Mm-hmm.
not making a gesture of it, just really.
Mm. Uh,
Honest
yeah,
reaction, huh?
yeah. Her standing in that space, she is a great juxtaposition to the original room. Just when she walks into it, it's almost like she's like, "Oops," is what you expect her to say when she walks in, and then for her to turn around and leave. Um, well, see, the thing is, we're about to enter into our verbal contract now, as the only way for this to be efficient is for me to tell you about items I have heard about and then tell you where I think they are. So, uh, perhaps we'll figure something out along the way. But um, I will not tell you which item is better than the other. It seems it doesn't matter what it does as long as it is God touched in a way similar to Gungnir, which is quite the ask. But I have a couple. Um, the first one is, let's see, and she begins to kind of go through this notebook and is like gently humming, and she glances over. Please have a drink. Um, I'm sorry I didn't pour.
Did we bring the
Haven't had
beignets
guests.
back with us when she brought us back? We must have
No,
left
I
some
think the
at least up
beignets
front.
are still up with Trixie, but Roshan will definitely pour tea.
Let's see. And she like flips to a page. All right. The first one is the sword Grom. Um, it is located, ironically, or perhaps it makes a lot of sense it is located here. Um, it is assumably in the lair of a dragon. Uh, it is a dragon slaying sword, so that's the joke. So it seems perhaps it did not do its job quite efficiently, but maybe we
Or
won't
the
blame the
wielder.
sword. Um, it is possible that this dragon could come from the lineage of Fafnir, which is who this sword was made to kill. Um, you'll know it by its golden sheen, and it is said to have a dragon transcribed upon it. Um, it is in the ruins of an ancient dwarven civilization uh, near New Gienfo. Uh, so you can go there, ask about it, and they should be able to point you at least in the direction of where the old civilization was. Um, but I haven't felt confident sending anybody to go handle a dragon. So, it's on the table.
Do you know anything about this dragon? What sort of dragon it is? Particularly
Let,
large, old?
let's roll about it. From what I have heard, I think this is quite the comfortable type. I would say probably confident enough to hold on to such a location. So I would assume it is quite the powerful entity. The thing is, if you end up going for this one, you may be possibly killing two birds, one stone if this is a horde situation. Um, I can't say that anything in the horde may interest me, especially if it is just coin and gem and jewel. But you never know, and perhaps it only collects rocks and rubble, and that's why it's set up there. But that is where one item is located. There is the Dane's life. The Dane's life is a sword stolen from King Hogni's tomb long, long ago by probably some greedy thing that I don't exactly have the notes on. I don't think I was alive for any of that. Um, it is located in the Underdark, um, probably somewhere around Verdun's Toil. Um, so a little bit of a jaunt, but maybe not as much of a jaunt as going to Gienfo. Um, but
Go ahead.
hmm,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
um, so a warning, but it should be fine, especially if you're not using this item. It is cursed. Or that's just what people say sometimes about things, but it could likely very be cursed. Uh, it is it is a life stealing blade. It prevents healing. It also, the curse of it all is if you unsheath it, you cannot resheath it until you have slain a man. So it might be difficult to, for your needs if perhaps you just have it drawn and can't put it back. But all you have to do is not draw it. So just don't get too handsy and you should be fine. The assumption is that it is somewhere beneath Verdun's Toil, which is where there was um, a war where someone was trying to slay a bunch of Formorians. But um, that is the assumption, is that it is there.
Fascinating.
So she keeps throwing out geographical names. Do any of these ring a bell to anybody in the party where any of these locations might
Well,
be?
the Underdark is one that we know
We
about, but
know
have not
of the
been.
Underdark, but she said a specific location there, like like it was Boston or
Once,
something.
yeah, once we finish, we can go through each one and we can roll and we can see because these are things currently that will be on a map. So even if you just pull out a map and you're like, oh, you'll be able to figure it out. Um, there's the you see like a look on her face like, ugh, like she seems conflicted. There is the Brisingamen, which is Freya's necklace. Uh, Beautiful, like opulent, shining thing like the sun. But that is currently located in perhaps a person's jewelry box. So, um, unless that is something you wish to delve into, I usually try to avoid such things. But
Mm.
uh, I will leave it at that.
Tombs and hoards are one thing, but someone else's property tends to be a different matter altogether, especially when law enforcement's concerned, and I think we've had enough of that recently.
Uh, then I will not bring it up again. Um, there is, see, see, and she goes through and she you can see her thinking about it. Okay, so this is the Svalin, which is a shield that was said to once protect the earth from the rays of the sun. It's what kept us alive and cool. Um, it is assumably located on well, on is being quite nice about it, inside of a glacier off the eastern coast of Hell. Um, It is a bronze circular shield with gold in the center. And when you're at this glacier, when the sun hits just right, you can see flecks of gold leading downwards into the waters below. So that's how you know you're at the right one.
Okay,
Um,
interesting.
I'm not incredibly confident. It could be anything, but I did speak to a couple people that seemed very confident about the topic, but all they could describe to me was flecks of gold in the ice. So take that as you will. Um, all I know is that it's probably quite the difficult retrieval. I've been told that the fissure in the glacier itself is quite thin and steep. So that is something to keep in mind. And then there is uh, Dropnir, which is a ring that Odin once wore that multiplies itself every few days. So you just get a bunch of them. But the thing is, not all of them are enchanted like the first one. So you can find dupes. I have a dupe. Um, but that doesn't count. It just keeps making them, but you need the original thing. This one may be the loosiest goosiest of the ones I know, so it is the one I'm least confident about its location. Um, the stories discuss that the item may have been seen near Freya's Grief, uh, which is the waterfall located at the cliffs of Freya. Um, People said they have found these copies of the ring at the base of the waterfall, sort of crushed by the pressure. So that is the only thing I have heard, is that copies have been found in the water. Um,
Is there anything in your information that indicates a way to determine the original versus a duplicate?
um, Usually, a magical scan of some sort could assist in some way, or you're lucky enough to arrive on the day that it pops out a new ring. But I think it's
Mm.
every 8 days, 9 days, another ring just pops out.
Huh.
But once
Fascinating.
again, um, it could be in the water, it could be above the water. That one would, if you find it impressive, and I'll take any of the little dupes you find, they sell for a decent penny. But I would not count that as us being square. Um,
Fair.
as a reminder from Jillian, here are your options. The sword Grom, which is located in the lair of a dragon. The sword Dane's Life, which is located in the Underdark. A item necklace possibly located in somebody's house if you're so inclined to do another break-in, which you guys are really good at. There is the Svalin, which is the shield that is located inside of a glacier. And then there's Dropnir, the ring that multiplies itself, that is located somewhere near Freya's Grief. Um, and because you guys are smart and pull out a map, I'm going to do my best to describe verbally where things are located. Uh, get bigger. There we go. So, New Gienfo is, if you go, like, if you follow the road that's going between like Dem woods area and the Forest of Eden, and follow it up and all the way to the icy last little bit where I think
The
there's like a
frozen
little,
north?
yeah, you're kind of going into the frozen north area. It's kind of like the last sort of marker there. And I think it looks like a little maybe it's a little anchor
Yeah.
that's there.
Yeah,
So
that's
as
what that looks
far
like.
north as you can go, sort of on the eastern half of the continent. Then there is Verdon's Toil, also known as the World's Bridal. Um, that is located, if you say, actually, nope, and you go to Skull City and you go straight down towards the little peninsula at the end, like right the south, like all the way down. And there is a dot between a cluster of trees. That's her. And then
Wow.
Freya's Grief. You guys were kind of in that area vaguely recently, sort of. If you go to the cliffs of Freya and follow them west to a big old waterfall, that's that.
Neat. Okay. Wow. We're
So
filling in
these,
our map now, boys.
so those are some of your options. You're welcome to ask me questions. I'll see if I know the answers. And you're welcome to discuss. I could even step out if it's that kind of conversation. I won't ask about your need for batteries. But if you get anything fun out of whatever this battery adventure is, I'd love to have a piece of it.
Well, I wanted to thank you in advance for helping us this far, and Roshan will reach into the bag of holding and come out with 2 items that are from the tower, from Aliona's tower. She gave us a decorative stone chain and a comb with a face on it. And Roshan will give those over to her and say, "Thank you for helping. These have a little bit of an interesting provenance. They are from a tower that we found underneath the water, and Roshan will give an area,
Yeah.
um, which had a wizard who survived the downfall of her own civilization.
Mm. I'm
Just as
assuming
a
a
thank you.
different continent of some sort.
I honestly have no idea. Her timeline, let's just say her gods are still around, but they're not doing the same things.
Hmm. How interesting. Well, I appreciate the tip. And she'll spend the time while you guys are discussing, like, kind of looking these items over to be like, ooh, how interesting.
I have to ask. We're not necessarily interested in engaging in theft, but who possesses Freya's necklace?
I would be content to tell you that if that is the one you are going for. Like, I don't want this person just, like, out in the ether with this in your minds. Once again, trustworthy faces, but I would need to know that is the one you would like to accomplish. And then I will tell you a staggering amount of information on the person.
I can understand otherwise. Perhaps it might be a breach of trust or confidence or something for you to disclose them to us.
The thing is, I think they could sometimes people can have less. But maybe I don't want to instigate that. But if I must.
Fair enough.
I think I would prefer not making any enemies
Mm,
if we can avoid it. And
for
that
now, at
also
least.
means um, enemies of a scaly kind as well.
Mm,
I I'd rather avoid going into a dragon's lair just to steal the very weapon that could slay it, as that mm, even if our goal was to destroy it, then I doubt the dragon would be very happy about that.
we could parley directly with the dragon if the dragon speaks our language and is willing to parley and not just eat us.
And is willing to part with the one weapon that could be its downfall.
I mean, we could just burn it right in front of the dragon.
We could, but I'm I'm leaning more toward um, Svalin or Dane's life, um,
To be
perhaps the
honest, those
Underdark,
seem better.
and we've we've spent plenty of time out in the wilderness. I don't know how a fissure in the ice would treat us, but I perhaps I have the audacity that I believe we could handle it.
It does
Let me
sound dangerous, though.
and let me be clear.
Mhm.
We haven't had anybody who has explored deep enough into the fissure. We don't know if you're going to be going into the water or not.
Mm.
We don't even know how achievable it is. You could try. You look very capable, but how dangerous it is, I do not have the information on.
Mm.
But if you're survivalists, perhaps.
Odin's ring. Do you know how long it's been missing? Is it since the fall?
Oh, no, 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 not that long.
All right.
Uh, maybe has to be 100 tops, maybe a little less.
All right.
Hmm. Well, I think, to be honest, travel distance isn't very much of a concern for us, considering the resources we have at our disposal. So, even if we were to explore one of these options, it would not take us a great deal of time to explore one, figure out whether it is a worthwhile endeavor or not, and pivot and pick another if we need to.
If Odin's ring has been missing for 100 years, producing a duplicate of itself every 8 minutes, it would very likely be
It's
right.
days.
8 days?
Oh, 8 days. All
Even
right.
Yeah.
still, 8 days, 100 years is quite a bit.
All right.
Minutes would be absolutely insane. Days, even still, quite a lot of rings to sort through.
Uh, be about over 4,000.
Certainly. I'll trust you on that. That being said, that seems a bit of a needle in a haystack sort of situation. Perhaps if nothing else pans out and we're getting rather desperate, that might be a worthwhile expenditure of our time, but it sounds like it could be tedious and potentially not very rewarding.
Well, if it's all that we need contend with is identify which of 4 to 5,000 rings is the genuine one, the rest can be sold for profit. Um,
True,
Depends
true.
what other challenges lay
It could
along the
also
way.
be very time consuming.
Is the thing. We'd have to try and dredge up every single one of those from the entirety of the water basin below the waterfall spreading out into the ocean.
Right.
I worry about the Underdark. We're trying not to make enemies. Things, from what we understand, are already rather tense down there. We
If
know
we were
very little of.
quiet. Go ahead.
Oh, just saying, it's the place we probably know least about. Not to say that
But
we
we
don't
do have
have.
someone who knows a lot.
We'd be
That's what I
able to
was
get
gonna say.
info.
And I will say, just from info that you guys have been, I will say, picking up about the war down there, um, you think the war itself is between two countries that are leaning more towards the western side of the continent, and this is more towards the eastern side of the continent. So you think you at least wouldn't be like up in the fray of
We
this
wouldn't be in
war.
the thick of the fighting. We would
No,
not
you
be
probably would not
underfoot.
be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
You'd probably not run into Eagle there. This would probably be just on like opposite ends of the continent for you guys. It
Okay.
doesn't mean it's not somebody's country, and that does not mean
Mm.
it is safe, but it would
Mm.
not probably be the front lines of a civil war.
That's good.
Though it may be a place, for all we know, full of civilians, and I'd
True.
much rather be. I'd much rather be in the wilderness, but that's me. I'm not the only
Yes.
one here.
I do lean toward that one a little bit, if only because it's probably an item that the world wouldn't mind seeing gone. A
Not
cursed
wrong.
sword that once you draw it, you must take a life.
Right.
I,
Might as well get rid of it.
I think people that know it would probably leave it well enough alone.
Mhm.
And
Um,
anyone who did wind up picking it up would probably be, not exactly welcome back home.
Also, not exactly the
Yeah.
person you'd want to run into if they're
Yeah.
wielding a blade that they cannot put down unless they take a life. But
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
do any of us speak a single language that's spoken in the Underdark?
Mm,
Do we have the capacity to find magics that could help us work around that?
Probably as likely as one that could help us breathe underwater, if we're being honest.
I can help us breathe underwater. I can just do that.
Oh,
mm.
I
just
stand
all of
corrected.
us.
Nyx can
Hoo-hoo!
do
Well
anything.
then, you're right. You're right. We should have known better. Nix,
You
can you
can
do the
also
language thing?
probably you could
Not the
probably find
language
a
thing.
Okay.
scroll of tongues if you were so inclined. That's
Ooh,
probably a scroll you could acquire if you go
hell
talk
yeah.
to a magic shop.
Fenn's gonna put both of
Like-
his hands behind his back. Nix, how many fingers am I holding up?
I'm gonna roll a D. It's one hand or both hands?
Both hands are behind his back.
Both
Okay.
hands behind the back, so D10.
Two?
2d5.
It's two.
Brilliant. Ah, that's so good. You're psychic.
Fen just shakes his head. Nix can do anything.
She can. It's true. But all that to say, I don't dislike Roshan's line of thinking. Even if the legends are a bit skewed wide, if this truly is a blade that carries a curse that's even close to what the stories say, I think that that's something that we might even be thanked for removing from the area. We'll have to see. We'll have to keep our ear to the ground and not necessarily come in assuming we'll be doing the area a favor, but who knows? Maybe folks will be inclined to help us find it.
And with what Nick said, I would also throw in a vote for Svalin. Although, if it is doing some job protecting the Earth from the sun, then perhaps we've got the exact opposite issue on our hands.
And that's assuming
feel
that one is
guilt.
actually there.
Well, that's
It
true.
could be anything in the ice.
Another question I have about the blade. If we run across someone who's drawn it, intent on killing one of us, and we're forced to kill that person, is the blade still drawn? Must someone be killed with the blade?
I don't think that there's probably enough literature that could tell us that.
I would
I
think
think
that
that's
the
very well
curse-
could be the case. But if that is the case, then perhaps a swift extraction of the magic could do to remove the curse as well.
Seems reasonable to me.
Might be worth a stop by the library before we attempt any of these, honestly.
See if we can perhaps learn a little more about the areas that we'd be going to, if nothing else.
I think that is prudent. And I think Roshan looks uncomfortable because he knows how little time we've got. So he says, I think that's a good idea if we were to spend a little time at the library figuring things out. I would say time isn't our defining factor right now, but it could very well be. So
Right. Okay.
I think choosing one and then doing a spot of research and then going would be really appreciated. And I think Roshan gets a little emotional and he says, and I just want to thank you all for helping.
Of course,
I couldn't do
Roshan.
this alone.
Certainly not.
We're not
None
done
of us
yet.
would get this far without the rest of us.
Well, does anyone have any other opinions that they would like to share about this list that Num has so kindly shared with us?
I have made precisely 0 correct decisions in the past 2 months or so. So I will defer to what the rest of the party decides.
I think that it sounds like our best first try should be the sword Denslife. It seems to me like we could easily make our way to the library, find at least some maps concerning the area, any information that might be available publicly for what the law might be for that region, that item, any additional errata that could be useful as we're heading in, especially information about the terrain and the people.
Also helps that none of us wields a sword besides Keld, and he's the least likely to draw a sword in anger.
Precisely that.
Listen, I'm not going to touch the sword. I know it's cursed. I won't pick it up.
I would not have been that concerned about
Nor
you, Nick.
unsheath it.
Gorbjorn! Oh, Gorbjorn. He would have been a problem.
I could see Nick's drawing it out of curiosity, honestly.
To look at it, yeah, kind of. But since we already know, I won't.
Mm,
I wouldn't
Good.
pick up any swords down there.
But
That
you don't
seems
know how
safe.
shiny it is.
I can look at it while Roshan's doing whatever he's doing with it. And see
There
how
you go.
shiny it is. It's fine.
Perfect.
Well, yes, we could. If we can gather enough information from locals on the way, we could entirely bypass the library by going to the Underdark, provided the people there are helpful for our purposes and willing to share information, and we can communicate with them. So we could cut the library out entirely if we can gather information from locals.
What do you think, Roshan? What's our likelihood on that?
I have doubts that we would be able to communicate with locals that would have good information. If
They may not trust us either, being outsiders.
they may speak common, but I doubt this is a tale they usually tell in common. So we'd be at a disadvantage, but one that we could perhaps overcome if I were able to get my hands on a scroll of tongues.
Perhaps just a message sending to Eagle and find out if there's a place along the way if he knows anything of the legend.
Perhaps, yeah.
We have a few options then. But does that seem then to be the most reasonable place to start? Put as much of our effort into this one first as we can and see what we get.
I think it's worth a try.
And while we're there, we can at least, perhaps, especially if we make our way to the library, if there's time, and if we can learn of anything that may have been also purported by legend to have fallen in the same place, then maybe we can make a bit of our debt back to you. No.
Yes,
She like looks up. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
I
if you
think-
find something along the way.
I think then first we would like to pursue Dane's life. Now, I don't think I saw any scrolls of tongues at the store. Though a proficient scriber could probably do it within a couple hours for us. Is there... I think Skull City is the closest. Although, perhaps, have either of you been to White Ridge or Fjellklo?
Fielklo?
Yeah.
Yelklo.
I think those are the two closest places that I'm aware of that people may have been other than Skull City.
So that whole map with all the newest one, that is all of the places that Keldon Nix has been.
Oh, perfect.
So yes, to both.
Brilliant.
Well, if you could get us to, well, perhaps we could ask at the gilded guide if they've got anything that wasn't shown, um, or could maybe find one in a library.
I can take us through a tree 2 more times today, and or wind walk.
Well, also, the passage to the Underdark is in Jarlsbecker. There's quite a bit of magic to be bought there, and maybe some information as well.
Oh, I'm sorry if I didn't make this clear. There is a way through in the town where, like, above where I think it is located.
Oh, okay. Much easier.
Not for nothing,
But if
that
you're the
may
detour
or
type,
well, considering
Uh,
time may or may not be a factor, perhaps not just now, but if Jarlsbecker was on the way, conceivably anyone in the Underdark would be more likely to know of legends around that part of the Underdark, I think, than any of us up top here.
well, it seems we're in a crunch for time, and some of us might find distraction in Jarlsbecker. Maybe it's best to stay on task.
Perhaps.
Well, if we're comfortable, we could get ourselves to White Ridge. Otherwise, we would need to find a scroll of tongues, and I suppose we could check here in town. Num, you're not hiding one, are you?
I have used one before. I've used them a few times actually, but usually I get them made, and then I have use of them. Um, um, I wish I had more knowledge of that area in the Underdark. I don't know if this is sitting in the middle of a town, and that's something you have to worry about. This was a battlefield of some sort, ancient stronghold, perhaps, where the Formorians were. Um, so it is possible that there are people who have taken up residence, and it is also possible it is seen as a cursed place or a very broken piece of rubble, and no one lives there. Um,
So it's either a ruin or a town, and we'll just have to find out which. No, that's all right. I do understand.
Sounds like an adventure.
This small issue of, additionally, which of us at this point can see in the dark?
Hmm.
I actually can.
It's okay. I can choose my spells. I'll make myself prepare dark vision.
How long does that last?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Maybe
Let me
days.
think about it,
Lasts,
Fen.
if it lasts 10 minutes, it might be a problem for us.
Let me think about it for
Well, and
2 seconds.
we are not bound by darkness. If it is indeed a battleground, then we don't. The only thing we would be drawing to us is enemies, and I don't think a dead battleground has many enemies remaining. So I think we're okay using torches.
It lasts 8 hours.
Oh!
And it lasts for fucking ever.
So,
All right, just a consideration. I'd hate for us to stumble into trouble and be at a disadvantage.
Well, I think with that vote of confidence from you, Num, that I think we could go straight there without a scroll. Perhaps we could find one in a town on the way, but if it is indeed just through the entrance in that town, then if anything, we could have someone from that town translating for us. If they're the adventurous sort.
so just so we're all on the same page, and I'm going to be Jillian. Uh, we're all on the same page. Um, Verdon's Toil is like any old town. Like that is up here on the snow-covered grass with y'all. there is implication that there is somewhere near there an entrance to the Underdark, and then somewhere in that general area is this item. So people in that town may not even know about it. Or they're all like, "Oh yeah, totally, we all know about that. It's in that big hole over there." You don't know.
We won't know until we get there.
Yeah. Or everyone's like, "Yeah, that's the big hole to the Underdark. The stairs are over there if you need to go in."
Oh, we here don't acknowledge the whole stranger.
Has just like a little like just like the um red like what do you call it? At the movie theater just to like to block.
Velvet
Yes,
rope.
the
Velvet rope. Yeah, just like no.
yes. No.
You can't go that way. There's a
No.
velvet rope there.
I was
Yeah.
thinking like police caution tape up some of it, which is just like drooped and been broken through.
Sorry.
I'm picturing the hell steps of Savannah.
Yeah.
All
Oh
the
man.
locals just throw their old refrigerators down there.
Oh no. It's underground. Oh no.
So is this your choice?
Yes.
I think so. Is there something you'd like us to keep an eye out for down there with it, or would you like what's left?
If your battery usage leaves the item intact, I would like to have it, even if it is not still imbued with its magic that it once had. And once
Hopefully then
you
it won't have a curse.
here's hoping. And once it is returned to me, I will give you uh, the quest that I think is equal in the information given. And we'll each have ourselves probably a nice little item to hang up on a wall. And you're welcome to come admire the sword at any time.
Seems fair.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. Don't let me stop you if you're in a hurry, this time crunch.
Potential time crunch, I think, but thank you very much for all your help, Num.
Of course. Um, have a good day.
And you.
Uh, all of you are led back out into the main area. All of your beignets are gone. Um,
Trixie loved those beignets.
you are brought back out into this area and then happily led outside with a goodbye from Num. And that's where we're going to stop for today. Little do our players know that one of these items I listed 100% doesn't exist. Thanks for being here, guys. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram. And we are, if you want to see all of us, we are at The Dice Cult on Instagram, Blue Sky,
What do
and
you
Facebook.
mean?
Sorry, one of them's definitely not there. One of them is not where it is. I said it was located. Which one? I guess we'll see. Oops, hee hee. She warned you. Is it Dane's life? Maybe. Is it something else? Is it just the million rings? Unclear.
Is it the
Um,
shield in the glacier?
it could just be a bunch of gold coins in a glacier. You don't know. There's only one way to find out which one is fake. But besides that, if you would like to keep up with us, I told you the stuff. If you would like to watch past episodes of On the Backs of Gods, you can head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult and watch all past episodes of On the Backs of Gods, including past episodes of Gossamer Vale, a Celtic mythos inspired campaign DM'd by Katie. We are killing bandits or we are bandits are both. You know, sometimes you are the bandit and also you kill the bandit. We'll have to see. But right now we're at a festival and we're having a good time. Don't need to worry about that probably for at least 24 hours. But if you are interested in keeping up with us on that, you can join us on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch every other Thursday. And lucky for you, this Thursday is one of those Thursdays where the show done what happened. So you can join us there to see how things go at the festival and if we're bandits or not. And if you want nice dice that tell story, or I guess roll 4 for Kyle today, or is just really good at gambling for Nyx. We know that to be true in canon.
That is
Um,
definitely true in canon.
And reading what number of fingers people are holding up behind their
yeah,
backs.
it's good
Yes.
for
Incidental
things of
curiosities.
not plot importance. is truly the skill of the dice sometimes. So if you're interested, you could go to the link in the chat or the box below. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story, and we'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.